This conference was really focused, this international conference that was convened by the United Nations Secretary General and the Swiss government was really focused on the issue of violent extremism that we believe is a major factor that is fueling the global spread of terrorism. Violent extremism is a phenomenon that is affecting many different countries around the world, and the best example of that is that there are today more than 30,000 foreign terrorist fighters from over 100 countries, which tells us that this disease, if you like, is mushrooming, and all countries, whether those more than 100 countries that are currently affected or even potentially affected. And so for the Secretary General, he felt that because this is becoming such a universal threat, this is not only a call to action, but actually a call to unity. He strongly believes that violent extremism is a scourge, especially because it is affecting our youth. 1.8 billion youth. Many countries, youth are the larger part of the population. And as a result, we have an urgent duty, a moral imperative to mobilize, to in particular focus on how our youth are not seen as a negative factor, but as a positive potential for change, for progress, and for making sure that our future is protected, because there's nothing more urgent when we talk about prevention than the imperative of our children and of our youth, who are dying today in the hundreds and in the thousands. If you look at a large number of countries, it is not necessarily old people, but innocent young children and youth, often in the age group of 16 to 24. There are almost 1.8 billion youth in this world, and we really need to focus on them, because the terrorists and the violent extremism are preying on our youth. They are recruiting them, they are using them, they are killing them, and they're also the biggest victims of terrorism and violent extremism. So that is why we are not pointing fingers to anybody. What we are saying is that all countries need to come together, and we've seen that in a very dramatic way. So many countries came together, so many countries spoke up here, so many countries universally expressed their concern, their condemnation, and their recognition that they have to work together, because international cooperation is the only way in which we can address this. No one country by itself can solve the problem by itself.